Hello and welcome to LAB Loves for October 2017, which is my favourite video to shoot because I love LAB Loves because I get to talk about all my favourite people, places and things. Today's LAB Loves is mainly going to be about products. I will say that at the start because I freaking love autumn makeup looks. So I am going to whiz through places and people first and then get on to products. Okay, places. Amber and I, as we are doing this thing at the moment where we seem to check out new places on a Monday, every Monday, which is an awesome trend to get into. So this week we went to Mowgli in Grand Central Station, which is an Indian street food type restaurant. I think there's some in London as well, so it's not a new thing, but it is new to Birmingham and I loved it. It's really cool, contemporary design. You can sit on swings if you want to eat on swings, but you have to book them in advance. If you rock up, the chances are you will not get to sit on the swings. But it's not your traditional curry house, it's more like traditional, authentic Indian food, which is not how your traditional curry house is. But it's like little bits of street meat and curry and rices, and they do loads of different stuff. It's all super healthy, and they have a vegan menu, they have a gluten-free menu. So if you fancy something a little bit different and you want to try some real authentic Indian food, then give it a go. Also, the lady who runs it used to be a barrister, so clearly she's a woman after my own heart, and I wholeheartedly support anybody who's had a career change and wants to do something totally different. So kudos to her for setting up a really cool set of chain restaurants. There is a little video from when Amber and I went on Monday. I will put that at the end, so you can watch that if you want to, but nobody's pausing ya. Okay, so that is my place for this month. People, I'm not very good on people this month, but one of my favourite YouTubers, Pia Muhlenbeck, has just got engaged to her long-term boyfriend slash co-vlogger slash photographer and videographer, and they are so cute. Their videos are amazing as well. They're always doing this insanely glamorous stuff, going to the Maldives and pool parties and fashion shows and Coachella and all this stuff. So if you want to watch some really interesting videos that are really, really well edited, check her out and give her some love for having just got engaged. So she is my person. I will link her below. I will link Mowgli as well. So let's move on to products. It's autumn. Autumn is a really tough season for skincare generally because all of a sudden it's gone from being nice and warm and now it's windy and cold and there's central heating. So this is an absolute nightmare for skin, and it's really important that you change up your skincare routine to account for those changes in the weather. Otherwise you're going to get dryness and breakouts and all kinds of other stuff that you don't want. So priming your skin is really important for going out in the cold at the moment. So I've changed up my primers a little bit from the ones that I was using over the summer. So I will tell you what I'm using. I have been using this MAC Fix and Prime under my makeup every single day. I would normally use this only if I'm going on a night out to kind of help it stay and not dry out, but because it's such dry weather, I'm using this all the time. I'm using that also with this Hydrogenius, which I talked about a while ago on my holiday essentials video, but I've actually now started using this again on top of my Fix Plus underneath my makeup to just make sure that my skin stays super hydrated all the way through the day. So once I put those two things on, I've also changed up my actual primer to this Hourglass Dim Light Primer. Because we're going into autumn now, it's not so much about gold and glow and everything being like super shiny and shimmery. It's more about a slightly matter look. I don't really like a matte look in terms of foundation, so I've gone for this kind of halfway house because this Hourglass Dim Light foundation primer isn't really mattifying, but it does just neutralise the glow a little bit more than I would normally if it was summer. So I'm using that all over my face, under my foundation, before I move on. Okay, makeup things. This is really exciting. So, as it's autumn, obviously I needed a new eyeshadow palette because any excuse to get a new eyeshadow palette, I'm on it. But going into the autumn, I'm going for kind of cranberry, berry looks, as you can tell by this look that I'm rocking at the moment, which I actually just filmed and put on my Instagram if anybody's interested in how you create this look. But one of the main things that I used in this look is this Huda Beauty palette. Oh, this is beautiful. Desert Dusk eyeshadow palette it's called. I can't zoom in any further. There we go. I don't want to make it go blurry because I'm not on autofocus. But Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette, I'll show you what the colours are. Oh, they're just so autumnal and glorious. Look at them. Look at these. I just love them. Loads of berries, combination of metallics, nudes, super glittery ones for the evening. I love it, and this is what I'm wearing largely on my eyes at the moment. So if you want to have a look at what you can do with this palette, then check out my Instagram. I just love it. I just think it says everything about autumn. All of those colours, kind of orangey, deep reds, maroons, berries, all of that kind of stuff. I think this is about £56, so it's not the cheapest palette ever, unfortunately, but it's so good for autumn if you are really looking to change up your look, which you should be as it's autumn. So that is my eyeshadow palette. What else? Fenty Beauty. So Fenty Beauty launched back in September. I actually went to the launch, so I have added the little video again on the end, so I don't have to subject you to it right now if you don't want to watch it, but you can watch it as it's tagged on the end. Fenty Beauty range launched by Rihanna. There was loads of hype about it. I wasn't really sure whether it was gonna be any good, but actually the feedback from it has been really good. So I bought one of these products, which is called the Kilowatt, which is kind of like a highlight blusher type thing, as if I needed any more highlighters. But I really like this one because it's slightly different colour to what I normally go for. So in the summer, I normally go for a really rich, peachy, golden glow, as I'm super glowy all the time. But for autumn, I kind of wanted something a little bit more rosy and dusky rather than peachy. So that's pretty much nailed that right there. This is in Girl Next Door and Chic Freak. So I'm just putting this one all over my cheeks and then a little bit of this one just on the high points to give it a bit of a highlight. And I really like the way that it sort of contours your cheek nicely, and it's a little bit more autumnal, a little bit more subtle and berryish and not too orangey. So loving that. What else? This also my fave for lips. So this is the NARS, let me remember what it's called, Power Matte Lip Pigment. I'm not really a fan of nude matte lips. Generally, I like shiny lips. So I have been using this, but I've also been topping up with a little bit of gloss. I'm just using the Bare Minerals one, just to give it a tiny little bit of a shimmer on the inner corners of my lips, because I don't like a super matte finish. But I usually find matte lipsticks really drying and cakey, and they just feel really uncomfortable to wear. But actually, this one's not at all. I absolutely love it. It's got a little pointy wand on the end, so you actually don't even need a liner to wear with it. You can just line the outside of your lips with this and then fill them in with it. And then if you want to add a little bit of shimmer on the top with the gloss, then you totally can, or not, if you want to go for a more matte look. Really moisturising, it tastes amazing and really easy to apply. So if you want kind of a berry look, this one is in Get It On, but they do it in loads and loads of different shades, so that's the one that I've gone for this look that I am wearing now. What else? I think I'm done for makeup because I don't want to overload you, and also I couldn't justify buying any more products this month because that is loads. But I did invest in something else which is not a makeup product. Oh, this Coco Luxe candle. Oh, it just smells glorious. It's just a waft of Christmas. This is exotic amber and spice infused with coconut. I mainly bought it because it's copper, obviously. That's pretty much my only criteria for buying anything at the moment. If it's copper, get in that basket because I love it, as you know. So loving the copper, so it can looks good against all my stuff, but it also smells absolutely outrageous. They do it in a few different smells. That one was my favourite because it's kind of a cross between autumn and Christmas. It's not too Christmassy, but it's kind of the right season, I think, for this. So loving this candle. Not cheap. I think this is £55. Oh, £55 for a candle does seem pretty outrageous, but it just looks so nice and it smells nice and it's going to last for ages as well. So that is pretty much all I wanted to talk about in terms of places, people and things. Not as long as I thought it would be, but there's a couple of videos on the end of Mowgli and Fenty Beauty if you want to watch those. Let me know what you think. If you use any of these products, then let me know how you have got on with them. And I hope you have enjoyed my LAB Labs for October. Hopefully I will see you guys in my next video, and please subscribe if you want to see more from me. See ya! Morning all, it's Friday. I just thought I'd pop into Harvey Nichols on my way to work to have a quick look at the new Fenty Beauty range that's launched by Rihanna. I know it launched early this morning, so I thought I'd just do a quick stop and see what it was all about. So I'll show you some of the products because it all looks super fancy and super glam, and I can't wait to get my hands on some. Great for concealing, for contour. Amazing.
So good.
Monday, and Amber and I are turning this into a trend of going to new places on Mondays we've never been before. So we're in Mowgli, which is in Grand Central, and it's kind of like an Indian street food place, but allegedly supposed to be healthier than general Indian food. But it's looking pretty cool in here. There's some swings around the tables, and generally the atmosphere is pretty funky, and I'll show you what we're about to eat.